Good day everyone. The Group 2 will report about the Module 2 Part 2, the continuation of the topic, the National Police Organization or the PNP. Waivers for initial appointments to the PNP. The age, height, weight, and educational requirements for initial appointment to the PNP may be waived only when the numbers of qualified applicants falls below the minimum annual quota. Say, for example, na merong 500 quota for patrolman and patrolwoman, but only 100 ang nag-apply for that position. Pwede maka-avail ang mga hindi qualified under the waiver program. Okay, another example, ang PNP ay nakapag-recruit ng 15,000 na bagong mga pulis. And the problem is the qualified are less than 15,000. That is the moment that papasok na ang power of waiver, which is kahit hindi qualified under the waiver program ay makaka-avail sila. An applicant shall not be below 20 nor over 35 years of age. That any applicant not meeting the weight requirement shall be given a reasonable time but not exceeding 6 months within which to comply with the said requirements. Sa mga applicant na hindi tugma ang kanilang timbang, sila ay binibigyan ng oras para makatugon, pero hindi ito hihigit sa 6 na buwan. That only applicants who have finished second-year college or have earned at least 72 college units leading to a bachelor degree shall be eligible for appointment. Second-year college or nakapagtapos ng at least 72 units ng kolehiyo leading to a bachelor's degree ay ang mga applicant na eligible sa appointment. That anybody who will enter the service without a baccalaureate degree shall be given a maximum of 4 years to obtain the required educational qualification. Ang walang baccalaureate degree na papasok sa serbisyo ay bibigyan ng maximum na 4 na taon. Makuha nila ang required qualification for education. That waiver for height requirement should be automatically granted to applicants belonging to the cultural communities. So, if you are part of indigenous community or yung mga cultural community, sila po ay automatically na makaka-avail sa height waiver. Even though di nila ma-meet yung qualification or requirements about sa height, but if you are a member of cultural group or the indigenous group, ikaw ay exempted sa height requirements under the waiver program. The selection criteria under the waiver program. The selection of applicant under the waiver program should be subject to the following minimum criteria. A. Applicants who possess the least disqualification shall take procedure over those who possess more disqualification. B. The requirements shall be waived in the following order. A. Age. B. Height. C. Weight. And D. Education. Nature of appointment under a waiver program. Any PNP uniform personnel who is admitted due to the waiver of the educational or weight requirement shall be issued a temporary appointment pending the satisfaction of the requirement waived. Any member who will fail to satisfy any of the waived requirements within the specified time period under Section 13 of RA 8551 shall be dismissed from the service. Take note that the height requirements, that if a person is a member of a cultural group or indigenous community, wala silang pakialam doon sa 6 months na kinakailangan para or binibigay doon sa mga applicants para sila ay makatugon sa mga qualification. But if you are a member of cultural and indigenous group, you are qualified or makaka-avail ka or makakapasok ka because of a waiver program. Pre-application of dismissed PNP members under a waiver program. Any PNP members who shall be dismissed under a waiver program shall be eligible to reapply for appointment to the PNP, provided that he or she possesses the minimum qualification under the Section 14 of RA 8551 and his or her reappointment is not by virtue of another waiver program. Pwedeng mag-reapply ang PNP members na na-dismiss under a waiver program for appointment to the PNP, provided that she or he possesses the minimum qualification under the Section 14 of RA 8551. The Field Training Program. All uniform members of the PNP shall undergo a field training program for 12 months, involving actual experience and assignment in patrol, traffic, and investigation as a requirement for permanency of their appointment. The FTF or the Field of Training, ang purpose nito ay i-train ang mga new officer para lahat ay prepared. Lahat ng uniform members of PNP ay dapat mag-undergo sa FTF or sa Field Training Program. And the training cycle consists of 16 to 20 weeks. It involves actual experience and assignment in patrol, traffic, and investigation. Works by all members of the PNP as a requirement for the permanency of their appointment. Examination of policemen. The National Police Commission or the NAPOLCOM shall administer the entrance and promotional examination for policemen on the basis of the standards set by the Commission. The NAPOLCOM or in Tagalog, Pambansang Komisyon ng Pulisiya conducts 2 sets of police examination twice a year. Isa para sa mga pulis na nasa serbisyo, nagtitake sila ng NAPOLCOM para sa promotion. At ang isa naman ay para sa mga aspiring to enter the PNP or the Philippine National Police. The NAPOLCOM, it is open to all Filipino citizens who meet the qualification and requirements, the age, height, and educational requirements. It is an agency of the Philippine government that administers and controls the PNP. Prioritization of women for recruitment. Within the next 5 years, the PNP shall prioritize the recruitment and training of women who shall serve in the women's desk. Pursuant to this requirement, the PNP shall serve 10% of its annual recruitment, training, and education quota for women. According to the Republic Act 8851, the PNP need to prioritize the recruitment and training of women who serve in the women's desk. The PNP shall reserve 10% of its actual recruitment, training, and education quota for women. According to the PNP spokesperson, 83.4% of the 180,767 PNP uniform personnel are male, and the remaining 16.6% is the female. Attrition system for uniform personnel. Policies, procedures, and guidelines governing the attrition of uniform personnel of the PNP are hereby governed by NAPOLCOM Memorandum Circular Number 2008-005. Pinamahalaan nito ni NAPOLCOM, National Police Commission Memorandum Circular Number 2008-005 ang mga patakaran, pamamaraan, at mga patnubay na namamahala sa attrition ng uniform personnel ng PNP.
Signs of attrition. Attrition by attainment of maximum tenure in position, Section 25 of RA 8581. 1. The maximum tenure of PNP members holding key positions is hereby prescribed as follows. Maximum tenure of the PNP members holding key positions. Position maximum tenure. Chief for 4 years. Deputy Chief for 4 years. Director of the Staff Services for 4 years. Regional Directors for 4 years. Provincial City Directors for 4 years. Number 2. Other positions higher than Provincial Director shall have the maximum tenure of 6 years, unless earlier separated, retired, or promoted to a higher position. In accordance with the PNP staffing pattern, police officers holding the above-mentioned positions shall be compulsorily retired at the maximum tenure in position herein prescribed, or the age 56, whichever is earlier than the term position higher than provincial director refers to other star rank position, with a maximum cumulative tenure of 6 years. Ibig sabihin, ang iba pang mga posisyon na mas mataas sa provincial director ay dapat na may maximum tenure of 6 years. Kapag sinabing position higher than provincial director, ito yung mga iba pang star rank positions na may maximum cumulative tenure of 6 years. Number 3. A police commission officer shall be subjected to attrition proceeding if the following elements concur. Ang police commission officers shall be subjected to attrition proceedings if yung mga elements na babanggitin ko concur or express an agreement. Letter A. The PCO designated to the position specified above has reached the maximum cumulative period prescribed therein. If yung police commission officer daw na nasa posisyong binanggit kanina ay na-attain yung maximum cumulative period or yung maximum tenure of PNP members. B. She refused to accept a position under a different category commensurate to her rank despite the existence of such vacancy. Pangalawa, kapag siya raw ay tumanggi sa pagtanggap ng posisyon. Attrition by relief section 26 of RA 8581. A PNP uniformed personnel who has been relieved for just cause and has not been given an assignment within 2 years after such relief shall be retired or separated. To warrant attrition by relief, the following elements must be conclusive. Number 1. The relief is for just cause. Number 2. The PNP member has not. Number 1. The relief is for just cause. Number 2. The PNP member has not been given any assignment within 2 years from her relief, and there are available positions commensurate to her rank. And number 3. The non-assignment for a continuous period of 2 years is due to valid reasons and or reasons attributable to him, her, or her refusal to accept any position commensurate to her rank. The 2 years period provided under Section 26 RA 8581 shall be counted from the effective date of relief for cause. However, if the PNP member concerned has been assigned to a position commensurate to her rank prior to the issuance of this circular, she has the case may be could no longer be subjected to attrition proceedings regardless of the length of the intervening period before she was given a new assignment. This refers to PNP personnel na nasa floating status wherein his floating status exceeds with 2 years at after 2 years hindi pa rin siya nabigyan ng assignment, he is now obligated to retire or separate. Attrition by demotion in position or rank, Section 27 of RA 8551. Number 1. Any PNP personnel, civilian or uniform who is relieved and assigned to a position lower than what is established for his or her grade in the PNP staffing pattern and who shall not be assigned to a position commensurate to his or her grade in 18 months after such demotion in position shall be retired or separated to warrant attrition. The following elements must concur. A PNP member is relieved and assigned to a position lower than what is established for his her rank. B. Her designation to such lower position is attributable to him, her, and C. There exists a positional vacancy for the rank during the 18 months count after her demotion in position. 2. A PNP member who is promoted in rank but occupying a position lower than what is called for by her present rank with 3 months despite availability to commensurate positions shall be subject for attrition. To warrant attrition, the following elements must concur. A. A PNP member is promoted in rank. B. Said PNP member is occupying a position not commensurate to her present rank. And C. She refused to extinguish said position within 3 months from her promotion in rank despite availability of commensurate positions. If yung PNP personnel is na-demote sa kanyang position and after 18 months hindi pa rin siya nalalagay doon sa posisyon nararapat sa kanyang rank, just like in attrition of relief, he is now obliged to retire or separate.
Good morning everyone, my name is Jidel Librilla and the topic assigned to me is the attrition by non-promotion, Section 28 of RA 8551 and the attrition by other means, Section 29 of RA 8551. So, due to recent studies, NAPOLCOM have started to convene on the possibility of deferring the attrition of PNP member by non-promotion in relation to Section 1 of RA 9708. Provided further that PNP members who are already in the service upon the effectivity of RA 8551 shall be given 5 years to obtain the minimum educational qualification, preferably in law enforcement related courses, to be reckoned from the date of effectivity of this amendatory act. Provided further that for the concerned PNP members rendering more than 15 years of service and who have exhibited exemplary performance as determined by the Commission shall no longer be required to comply with the aforementioned minimum requirement. So, attrition by non-promotion. Any PNP personnel who have not been promoted for a continuous period of 10 years shall be separated or retired. So, ito yung mga PNP personnel na hindi na na-promote for 10 years. So now, for a continuous period of 10 years, so kumbaga, patronon na siya for 10 years. So, on its 11th year, kailangan niya na mag-retire or separate as attrition by non-promotion of Section 28 to be followed. And to warrant attrition by non-promotion, the following elements must concur. Letter A. A PNP member has not been promoted in rank for a continuous period of 10 years and there are existing vacancies for regular promotions. B. Non-promotion in rank is due to the failure of the PNP member concerned to satisfy the minimum qualification standard and or comply with the other requirements for promotion to the next higher rank. And the PNP member was not promoted in rank even if she or he is within the zone of consideration based on seniority, linear list, and his or her non-inclusion in the promotion list due to reasons attributable to himself or herself. So next is the attrition by other means, section 29 of RA 8551. Any PNP member or officer with at least 5 years of accumulated active service shall be separated based on any of the following factors. A. Inefficiency based on poor performance during the last 2 successive annual rating periods. To warrant attrition, a PNP member has been rated poor for 4 successive rating periods. So, ibig sabihin ito, for the last 2 years, siya ay naka-receive ng poor performance sa kanyang annual rating, siya ay dapat na mag-separate o mag-retire from the service. Letter B. Inefficiency based on poor performance for 3 cumulative annual rating periods. So, ibig sabihin nito, hindi man sunod-sunod, pero for example, 2014, poor performance, 2015, good performance, and then 2016, poor performance, 2017, good performance again, and then 2018, poor performance. So, 3 cumulative poor yung performance ng isang PNP personnel. Siya ay kailangan nang mag-retire or mag-separate from the service. Letter C. Physical and or mental incapacity to perform police function and duties. To warrant attrition, the following elements must concur. Number 1. There is a physical and or mental incapacity which has been evaluated and certified by the Medical Screening Committee as defined in existing PNP NAPOLCOM circulars on this matter. So, ibig sabihin naman ito, mayroong physical o mental na kawalan ng kakayahan na nasuri ng Medical Screening Committee as defined in existing PNP and NAPOLCOM circular on these matters. Number 2, the physical and mental incapacity renders the PNP member incapable of performing police functions and duty. So, ibig sabihin naman ito, ang physical at mental na kawalan ng kakayahan ay nagiging dahilan ng kawalan ng kakayahan na gampanan ang mga tungkulin ng member ng PNP member. So, next is letter D. Failure to pass the required entrance examination twice and or finish the required career courses except for justifiable reasons. So, ibig sabihin nito, pagkabigong makapasa sa kinakailangang entrance examinations ng 2 beses o at tapusin ang kinakailangang career courses except for justifiable reasons. To warrant attrition for failure to pass the entrance examination, the following elements must concur. Number 1, a PNP member failed to pass twice the entrance examination required a mandatory course. And number 2, such mandatory course is required for his or her promotion to higher rank. To warrant attrition for failure to finish the required mandatory career course, the following elements must concur. Number 1, a PNP member was issued appropriate order to take the required career course, and number 2, he or she failed to finish the said mandatory career course without justifiable reasons and was not declared graduate by the training institution. So, the last is letter E. Refusal to take the periodic PNP physical fitness test without justifiable reasons. So, ibig sabihin nito, pagtanggi na kumuha ng periodic PNP physical fitness test ng walang tuwirang dahilan. To warrant attrition, the following elements must concur. Number 1, A. A schedule of the periodic PNP PFT has been published. The last is PNP member failed to take the said test on scheduled date or on the special test subsequently scheduled. Thank you. And next reporter.
Retirement or separation under the preceding sections. Any personnel who dismissed from the PNP pursuant to Section 25, 26, 27, 28, and 29 hereof shall be retired if he or she has rendered at least 20 years of service, and separated if he or she has rendered less than 20 years of service, unless the personnel is disqualified by law to receive such benefits. Personnel na na-dismiss ng PNP ng Section 25, 26, 27, 28, and 29 ay magre-retired kung siya ay nag-render ng at least 20 na taon sa serbisyo at mahihiwalay kung siya ay magre-render ng hindi tataas sa 20 na taon sa serbisyo. Kung di ang personnel ay madidisqualified ang batas upang tumanggap ng benepisyo. Compulsory retirement for officers and non-officer shall be upon the attainment of age 56, provided that in case of any officer will the rank of Chief Superintendent, Director, or Deputy Director General, the Commission may allow his retention in the service for an unextendable period of 1 year. Section 39 or Republic Act 6975. Sa mga opisyal at di opisyal na abot sa 56 na taon, ang mga opisyal na nasa rank ng Chief Superintendent, Director at Deputy Director General, ang komisyon ay papayagan ang retention sa serbisyo ng extendable period sa 1 taon. Upgrading of salaries and benefits. Retirement benefits, monthly retirement pay shall be 50% of the base pay, and longevity pay for the retired grade in case of 20 years of active service. Increasing of 2.5% for every year of an active service rendered beyond 20 years to a maximum of 90% for 36 years of active service and over. That the uniformed personnel shall have the option to receive in advance in lump sum his retirement pay for first 5 years, provided further. Ang monthly retirement pay ay 50% ng kanilang base pay at longevity pay ng retirement grade sa loob ng 20 na taon ng aktibong serbisyo at tataas sa 2.5% kada taon. Ang uniform personnel ay may option na tumatanggap ng lump sum as retirement pay sa loob ng 5 taon. Optional retirement. Upon accumulation of at least 20 years of satisfactory active service in an officer or non-officer at his own request with the approval of the Commission, shall be retired from service and entitled to receive benefits provided by law. Section 40 of Republic Act 6975. Sa loob ng 20 taon ng satisfactory active service at his own request at approval ng Commission ay nagre-retire sa serbisyo ay tatanggap ng benepisyong provided ng batas. Ang mga opisyal o hindi opisyal na nagkaroon ng permanenteng kapansanan habang sila ay naka-duty at ang kapansanan na iyon ay naging dahilan upang ang miyembrong iyon ay hindi karapat-dapat o hindi na makagampan ng mga tungkulin sa kanyang posisyon, ay magkakaroon ng 1 taong sweldo at habang buhay na pensyon.